Welcome to the third episode of Seated with Seshadri. My guest today is Nancy Kampa, a psychologist who seamlessly weaves spirituality into her therapeutic practice. Join us as Nancy shares her transformative journey, blending clinical expertise with spiritual insights from diverse traditions. I'm sure you'll enjoy this episode as much as I enjoyed talking with Nancy. So let's start at the very beginning. I don't even know where you live. I know you live in the States. I think it's somewhere in the South. No. Okay, it's not the South. I don't know why I thought it was the South, but okay. So let's start there. Where do you live? Maybe where you were born, a little bit of your childhood. Let's start there. Because when we spoke during the disciplines together, when we worked through I remember there was some mention about a church, if I'm not mistaken, right? There was, yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge part of my life.
Yeah.
So I was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then we moved out to the country, the middle of nowhere, like dirt road country, on 10 acres when I was 5. And so then that's where I grew up and left for good when I was 18. And then I lived in a suburb of Minneapolis, and now I live in another suburb of Minneapolis, actually called Bloomington, Minnesota.
Okay. Minnesota. Okay. And then, so along the way, you've started a practice. You do psychology. And can you explain that a bit? Yeah.
So along my journey, at my age, I've done many, many things. Kind of the doing is I'm a mom and a grandma. And then I became a registered nurse. And then struggles happened. And then I continued my education and became first a Lamaze teacher. And
Lamaze?
Yep, childbirth teacher.
Oh, okay.
And then perinatal nurse specialist, then became a licensed psychologist. Okay. And that's what I do now.
And how long has the licensed psychologist been? How long?
32 years.
Whoa, 30! You've been working with people for 32 years.
Yeah, doing this part.
Yeah. Okay. And so would you say your psychology is a bit different than what the normal psychologist will do, or are you a very clinical sort of? Because I'm assuming you're bringing in an element of yourself, an element of that what we discussed, like the God part.
Right. Absolutely. I think if you ask, first of all, it's clinical. I have a license. So it's very clinical. All the training is very clinical. But then I have always been on my path studying. So then I bring all of that information into it. So then I would say, my clients would say, what Nancy does is very different.
Right.
Very different. So the umbrella, kind of overall umbrella, different would be using EMDR.
Oh, okay. The eye movement technique.
Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing.
Okay. Oh, very similar. Okay, so we have another practitioner who does that now, Kogi. Okay, cool.
Right. And I do it a little bit different. I follow protocol, but then my clients now call it EMDR plus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I just want to touch on the subject of psychology, just the fact that I feel like, from what I've heard masters say a lot, like psychologists, they're always patching the ego up in a sort of sense. Whereas I think you have an understanding that at a certain point, the ego has to go, or the ego has to be transcended.
Yes.
Right? So.
Yes, very much. Very much. Very much. And that's what actually I utilize EMDR plus, again, all my other trainings that I carry And, you know, again, example would be, this is a good one. Someone has started out in real estate and they're a little bit older. And I don't know about where you live, but real estate right now in Minneapolis is kind of slow, we'll say. And so she's really frustrated, so forth and so on. So then we have to go back. Plus, now I've been working with this client, so I know their background. And so we have to go back to, what did your parents take on about rich people? What did you hear about rich people? So you wouldn't necessarily say this is a big wound, but it is.
Right.
And so if you take on that rich people are bad, and rich people are cheats, and rich people are yada, 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 well, you will never be.
Right. Right.
So then we go back into those stories, and how I do it, we desensitize it, reprocessing it, and then I bring that younger part that took on that belief, and then we play out a new story. And that's all ego in there.
Right. Right.
It's all ego in there. There's no God part there.
Okay.
There's no God part there.
Okay. And so where did you kind of interject the God part from? Like, what in your lifetime, where did that come in that it brought you to this place?
So kind of going back to childhood and kind of how I grew up, where I grew up, is it was difficult, and for whatever reason I didn't tolerate it well, and so I would take the big hunting dog and go in the woods. So 5 acres were for food for people, for us, and for the animals. And then there's the division called the rock pile. And I would sit on the rock pile knowing that there must be more than what's going on in the home. And in those days, I don't know what I would say it now, but I think as a little girl, what she knew from growing up Catholic, and for me, that's positive, very positive. And like, she sat with the angels, and I always knew there had to be more than this people stuff going on. So that's probably where it started, or sitting on a swing all alone. I just see myself all alone. No siblings are with me, just the dog.
Right.
And then I was able to go to private Catholic school, and I loved being in church because it was quiet, and I felt there was more. Again, it was peaceful. There was more. This is the place to be. And then the nuns also brought that to me. So that's where it started. So my journey didn't start with Master. That's just where it is right now.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
started
for sure.
as a child, and then and then life happens, and I have an ego like everyone. Things happen, wounds happen, and then as I got older, different teachings came in. So maybe the Kabbalah came in, studied with a rabbi up in the mountains, and had profound experiences with that. Then I studied with a Sufi master from Jerusalem. When Master brings up that, I'm actually Naqib. I'm a Sufi teacher, master teacher. He was Sidi Muhammad al-Jamal, and really powerful experiences with him. And then Hinduism came into my world, and had experiences with that. We have a beautiful, large Hindu temple in Minnesota. It's about 45 minutes away from my home. It's about 8 minutes away from my daughter's home. And had experiences there that obviously I wasn't anticipating. I've also worked with a Chinese master, Master Lin, studying Qigong. So all of those teachings come in, and for me, it's the common denominator. What are they all saying? Even though the verbiage is different, it's all the same, sorting out, and these are just the words I'll use today, kind of the godness of all of us to the ego. So I always say we all have the same amount of godness. Nobody has more. It's all there. And it's just the ego and the stories.
Right.
And the stories, after we heal them, are funny. I mean, I wouldn't change my life at all. They actually crack me up. I mean, I could go through the list and it makes me laugh. So I invited those stories in. And each time knocked down, I get through that story. And I, again, have more access to my godness, might be a way to say that.
What I'm hearing is like, we have these experiences in life, we go through these stories that happen, and then at a certain point we can come back and unpersonalize them. Like,
right.
Yeah, right? Like, instead of making them personal and they're bad, you've also been able to reframe them and make them part of a larger story. And it's not just this negative sort of thing. Right.
Wow. And so another way, right, is to talk about bringing that unconscious conscious. And that's a daily piece. Every time we do something, or just like you asking me, then all this stuff comes up.
Right.
So, and then that's the gift. Okay, so now I need to work on that. So that's the biggest piece, is bringing the unconscious, subconscious, cellular memory. So cellular memories in there. So I just kind of clump that together. I don't have time to tease that out. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think the other, again, thinking I have, and again, continue to study, is we're about aware. Each scientist says it a different. So between 3 and 5%, we're conscious of what we're doing.
Right.
And so where's that other 95%? And I just make it simple for my clients: subconscious, unconscious, cellular memory.
Right.
And that's where we have to go in, right, and bring it conscious. But more than bringing it, like, I know the story. That's step 1 and 2. Now, though, it has to be desensitized, reprocessed, and the way I do it is we tell a new story.
Okay. A new story as in you're changing the narrative on it, or is it like a completely brand new story?
Changing, that's a really good question. I would say 99% of the time it's changing the narrative on it.
Okay.
So say using the piece about, I'm not going to have enough money. I'm not going to be wealthy. So then that person has to go back, and we have to desensitize all the things her parents did. So say one of them was her dad was really angry and made fun of the mother because her family belonged to a country club.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So then we got to clear that story. And then the new story we're going to put in, or change the narrative, is that dad is very supportive of mother's family, and that they can go to the country club, and we go to the country club and we have all a great time, and we're in gratitude for the money and for the country club.
Right. Okay.
That'd be really simple.
Nice. It reminds me of a lot of we did a program with Master called Discipline 1. Before the disciplines that you and I did together, there was a previous program called Discipline 1, which is now part of the creation program that they do. And in there, it was very similar. You look through, let's say the topic is success or relationships or whatever. And then it's, what beliefs do you have about your, success, for example? What beliefs do you have about being rich? Right. And then where did those beliefs come from? Right. And then the beliefs that you think that your society believes, your family believes, your mother or father. And then from there, what's happening is we're at the same time we're doing that ABC technique.
Absolutely.
Right? You're creating that space, like we say, desensitizing.
Yeah.
And then they're able to, okay, well, now I'm choosing something different. Right. I'm choosing something different where money is not bad, success is not bad. I can make a different direction. Right. And I think that's kind of like what Master said this morning as well, like this trajectory change. We're changing
Absolutely.
that trajectory, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, right, it's very much like I quick pulled this was sitting out, just starting at the very beginning, but the first right, going beyond the affected state.
Yeah.
So everything we're talking about, so when I say ego,
Yeah.
that's the affected state. But that's not who I am.
Right. Exactly.
I am the Godness.
More. Yeah.
More. But this affected state keeps me from all my Godness.
Right. Right.
So it's exactly. So very much by the time I got to Master, I was already doing all of this. But again, it doesn't mean I'm not even close to done. I mean, this is a journey. But I certainly had the concept. I certainly had been doing it for over 30 years for myself, for my clients. That's what I do all day long with everybody. I don't know another way to think.
Right. Right. And I think I did recognize, when we started working together in the disciplines, right? I did recognize that, Nancy is not just a fresh person completely with no life experience and no, for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say it, spiritual evolution, right?
Right.
Like you have done discipline. You have a discipline that you've worked on already. And I remember one thing Master said to me was, it's okay to be stupid, to be stupider than, your students. You don't have to be the smartest one in the room. So I'm like, whew, thank God. Because there's people I'm sitting there and I'm like, this person, you have years and years of experience. And now I find out 32 years of psychological, working with people, whereas I'm just starting out. But so yeah, what I'm saying is I also appreciate the fact that you were able to sit in there in that class and not, you're not flaunting that, you're not using it as an ego to say I am better and I've already done all this. You're sitting there learning as well, just like the rest of us.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing.
Absolutely. And the only reason I talked at all is just to honor everybody. I had nothing to say.
I have nothing to say either. I have to say stuff.
Yeah. No, and yes, so every time I listen to anybody, I learn about me.
Yeah.
And certainly with Master. And it's been really intense. This last chunk of him, I mean, it's always, and that's probably what I remember, it's always 100%. But I'm always, again, looking at myself and at my wounds and which side am I on and watching everybody else. I mean, the whole thing, it's just so rich. So no, I'm schlepping. The other thing, when you said that, what I say to myself, but what I teach is we're all just good enough. Nobody's better than, nobody's less than. We're all just holding hands, schlepping together.
Yeah.
And you know things that I don't know. I know things that you don't know. And that goes for everybody. But there's no one better, no one less. We're all just helping each other wake up. So every time someone shares something, it can wake up something in me.
Nice.
100%, including my clients. It's such a gift. I think I should pay them.
Maybe I want to start working with you then.
I should pay them. Them.
Yeah.
And I say that we have a lot. I laugh. I use a lot of humor. Ridiculous things. I see things ridiculously, but humor to help them kind of, because that defensiveness.
Yes.
That ego, mine included.
Yeah.
We can get so defensive and it locks down. And so if I can make it ridiculous, that helps them kind of release that. So then we can move through that piece. And we're all like that. I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
am I less like that? Yes, I have made progress. But
Yes.
could you still do it to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about it. When did you meet Master? Like when did you like how did you get introduced to that, and where
Yeah.
did you say, you've had previous teachers before? And then yeah, so then at what point would you say that you accepted working with this master?
So I did look that up. Actually, I have it on a note because again, so much goes on in my life. I have so many thoughts and so much. So it was 2021, August of 2021. So it'll be 4 years. Next week?
Yeah.
And it was Alondra.
Okay. Oh yeah, Alondra, nice.
So yay, thank you, Alondra.
Yes.
So it was Alondra, and I think again, and I just can't remember clear. I think there was there's like free classes at first, something intro.
Intro sessions, 6 rights
Yeah.
intro sessions.
Yeah, I think again I did that, and
Yeah.
then does 6 rights come after that?
That's generally, yes, that's right. 6 rights come after that, and
Yeah.
then the disciplines. Okay.
Yeah, and then so I did that, and then I did the 6 rights, and then the disciplines with you. But again, meeting, and I don't remember exactly like how soon, but it was soon. It was right away. Whenever I first saw Master online in meditation, that he was online.
Like live?
Live.
Yeah.
Because he talked.
Yeah.
And this is how I remember it, but again, I could be hallucinating. Is something about you're alone, but you're not all alone.
Yeah.
Even now, I can feel it, and I could start crying. And it just moved me. I started crying. And as soon as I saw Master's eyes, I knew. It wasn't ever a decision, a commitment. It wasn't any of those things. It was the moment he said that, the moment I saw his eyes, and he said that. That was it. That was it. And again, I'm probably hallucinating, but I feel him with me, and he hasn't left. He probably would like to, but he hasn't left. So if it's hallucination, I'm going to keep it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to keep it. Whatever it is, I'm keeping it.
Well, I mean, he's been in the last several months, right? Like he's been he acknowledges you every session, and with that song, looking like a wow song. And I mean, for me, I'll speak for myself. It's like I get to celebrate not only you, but I'm actually very happy to celebrate you as well. And that's like whenever that song comes on. So it's like,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's the song. It's the song.
Thank you.
And it's beautiful to witness that too for us, or for myself. I say it's nice to witness that.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so then and again, you can do what you want with this part, but so I will share this. So because Master is just so dear to me and is always with me, always. So I shared at a Sufi Master from 05 to 10, and maybe again another time I'll share how that all happened. But again, he was called in my life, and immediately I knew I was to be with him, and he immediately gave me an Arabic name, and it's Hasna, and nobody else in the group had that name. And in Arabic, Hasna means beautiful. And it's one of the names of God, right? So on their beads, is my Sufi beads.
Yeah.
On their beads, every bead is the 99 names of God.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so Hasna is like over all of them, is the beautiful names of God. Okay. And it means she who carries the fragrance of the Jamal which is the Garden of Eden, and she who is an Iman who walks in deep faith.
Wow.
And when I had this, and I can feel that, and he's sitting right there, it was an experience. And I was somewhere else. That's all I can say. I was somewhere else, and lovely people like you were behind me witnessing this, and they took the notes. So it's not coming from my hallucination.
Yeah.
These lovely elders
Yeah.
took the notes. And I'm just sharing that because it's so funny, because looking like, wow, what is it? Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
So
more about
beautiful.
that's more about master than it is about me. Like, none of you know that. I've never shared that with you folks.
No.
So that's about master. That's not about me. That's what makes me crack up about it. And then I try really hard to not let my ego slip in there. Master, I'm really trying.
I'm trying.
Neither praise nor criticism, attention or being ignored is going to have any effect on me.
Wow.
So that's all what's going on for me.
Yeah.
So it isn't just me taking that in. I mean, this is a whole experience.
Wow.
And so I honor all of you in witnessing and participating in that. I feel very blessed.
Well, I think, yes, I think we're all very blessed. These sessions, this past, whatever, month or two that it's been, have just been, even Master says he's blessed that he can sit there and he has these people that he can share like this with.
Yes.
That he's worked, how many years, 30 years to find a group of people that can hold. And he says he's blessed. I'm going like, we're blessed. You're blessed. We're all blessed.
We're all
and
blessed.
It's an amazing.
Right. And so let's stay with that a minute. I want to quick go to, like I said, I did some notes, but now they're just a mess. I want to go to, this is really important with what we're just saying, and he's brought up Rumi, so I think I can use Rumi.
Yeah, for sure.
And we all, I think, know this one, right? Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing, right doing, there's a field, I'll meet you there. And that, again, is just a way to talk about everything we're talking about. So for me, this is what it means. I know other people have different interpretations, which is lovely. But for me, the out beyond the ideas of wrongdoing and right doing is the ego. No matter what the wrongdoing or the right doing is the ego.
Right. Yeah.
And beyond that is the Godness. And that's where I will meet you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's what that means to me. And so, again, and this has been years. So whether, again, it's with you right now, so out beyond our silly egos, are we having a good time and laughing about the positive, the negative? It doesn't even matter. It's just all funny. Because beyond that ego, I'm meeting you, and your field of my Godness is meeting your Godness.
Yes. For me, it's like how I can interpret that as well is like, I'm an A, you're also an A, right? And we're two A's that can meet in this the C, the space. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's so many different ways, and that's what I love. I love about it. And again, from Master, I'm on in the morning. And all by choice. Actually, I crave it. I look forward to it. And then I start seeing my patients. And how blessed are they?
Yeah.
And so much of maybe what came up that morning or what he taught, and he has a different way of saying it. Yeah. I can't always say it how he says it. I love how he says it. And sometimes I have to switch up a little bit. But whatever he's teaching, whatever's coming up for me, then all these lovely people are brought into that field.
For sure.
And I think actually that's probably the hardest part. That'd be fun to talk to. I'm talking to Master all the time on my head. Probably the hardest part of my job is what we're just talking about. What I do, it's not who I am, it's what I do, is taking like what Master's saying and then what's coming up for me, my understanding, my verbiage, but I have to water that, and that might not be the right words either, but water that down because they're not there.
Yes. No, for
They're
sure.
not even, they don't even know they have a godness.
Yes. Yes.
So that's another piece, is these people, all of us, we have to do this deeper healing work and keep clearing enough of the ego that people even get in touch with their godness. Is that making sense?
Yeah, for sure. 100%. Yeah.
Because, so I have to follow where they are, and just slowly we have to gain that relationship.
Yeah.
And then slowly nudge them with each little piece, because that's all their ego can handle. Because if I wipe out their ego, they're so defensive, they're not coming back.
Right.
And now where are they? So it's really slow.
Yeah.
A lot of loving, a lot of laughing, a lot of encouraging. It's my mom and my grandma part in there.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, you have to communicate to people where they're at.
Right.
You can't.
Right.
We can't expect everybody to have a deep understanding of their own whatever baggage you want to say.
Yeah, they don't know.
No, we don't know. And it's like, even I know, I started working with Gregory in around 2020.
Okay.
And I feel like before that, having worked with Master, yes, but the way I started working with Gregory in terms of like a therapy aspect,
Right.
of somatic therapy,
Right.
it really changed how I approach this work. It really changed how I approach Master.
Right.
Because it just made me that much more aware of all the subconscious and unconscious
Right.
things that I've been carrying.
Absolutely.
That not only do I bring, into my relationship with my wife, Heather,
Right.
or I even put
Right.
it on, I'll even put it on Master. Okay. And then I have to be aware of
right.
that. Right. Because
Absolutely.
it's unconscious. So it's always
Right.
happening.
Right.
And that's, I mean, ultimately, I think one of Master's work with us is that he's constantly telling us to wake up. He's pointing out the things that we're unconscious of.
Absolutely.
And it's never personal.
No.
It's never personal. There's no condemnation about it.
No.
But our ego will definitely take that personally. Our ego will definitely use it to
Absolutely.
condemn ourselves. And rather than transforming, rather than looking at it, having, like we come to the second right, being
Right.
with what is.
Yes.
First,
yes.
he's showing you you're beyond this effect. This is the effect that you're in. Now be with it.
No.
And then, but do we have that ability? Do we have that strength? Do we have the willingness to do it?
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely. It takes a lot.
A lot.
And people have to come in at it at, where they're at. We have to follow them. I don't put any of my different paths on them. I follow. It's interesting. I have certainly a handful of clients actually that can convert to Catholicism, and not because of me per se. But for them, then that's their window
Yeah.
of they can start clearing.
Right.
It might be through exercise, again, proper nutrition. So I work with all of the topics.
Wow.
It's Taming the Beast. I
Yes.
love
Oh,
that.
yes. Taming the
I
Beast.
love that expression. So he started using that, and I've been in touch with Ganesh forever. So I've been using that, Taming the Beast. So it's using, and again, and that's my part of where's the client. It's again having that relationship. getting to know their background. And then that's always back there. And then kind of slowly moving. What does that person need? And might be them just taming the beast. It's not even about their godness, because they can't even eat right.
Right.
Like, they don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people, right? And again, and I work with, again, highly educated people. Educated, certainly middle to way upper class.
Right.
But they don't know. And again, there's no judgment. No one's better, no one's less.
Right. Right.
We're all schlepping together, and it's slowly getting in there. It might be food, it might be getting out of bed in the morning.
Right.
Just very simple things to start the ego.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How, when you work with people, do you find that you are affected by that? Like, do you find that you sometimes take on their, let's say, I'm just using a bad word, like their negative energy or their dark energy? How do you, I'm asking because I've done this myself. There's a period of time where I did some somatic therapy with people, and I found that it was a bit too much for me, that I would actually, when I'm co-bodying or taking on, it just affected me too much, that I had to be like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Yeah. So again, that's again a really good question. And EMDR actually is somatic.
Okay.
So it's mind and emotions and body. And you actually can just even not talk and just go into the body. But most people can't do that, so it's not helpful.
Right.
But we do always check in to what's going on in the body. So EMDR in and of itself is very somatic also. So my clients will even say that, like, Nancy, oh my gosh, how can you handle listening to me? And I go, well, it's a job. See, I use just a lot of humor. And for them and for me. Yeah. But it is, and I say, it's a really good question. Then it gets serious. So this is an example that Master's teaching us. If I take it on, then that's in my ego. My God part doesn't take it on.
Right.
Right? So how many times in a session does Master tell us he doesn't care?
Right.
He's detached.
He's detached, yes.
So if I care, that's on me.
Right.
Now, in my culture, I can't say I don't care. But I can say I'm detached.
Yeah.
So someone will come on and there's some big confession they have to say, right? They went back with so-and-so even though they left, or they did this or they did that. We'll just leave all that out. And they're like, I don't want to tell Nancy because they don't know I'm not in my ego. I'm in my God part. Okay. So that's an example. No matter what they tell me, if I take it on at all, I'm in my ego.
Right.
So I have to sit in my Godness.
Wow.
But who knows that, because I'm laughing and goofing around just like right now.
Right.
That's the other misnomer. People don't know if you're in your Godness or in your ego part. Okay, so I keep reminders. So I have a small picture. Maybe another time I want to talk to someone about, there's a certain picture I want to master. And I don't know how to get pictures. I don't know how to communicate. I don't know any of that. That's for another time.
You just
but I have a small picture. So he's kind of got that side eye, and I love it. So he's like looking at me. And then Jesus is there, and Ganesh is there. Everybody's here. And my Sufi master's here smiling at me. So it's not about Nancy.
Yeah.
It's not at all about my ego.
Right.
So always, again, it could be, let my words be the words of the Holy Spirit, meaning the Spirit.
Yeah.
This is not about Nancy's ego. And so I'm fine. Do I physically get tired just because I'm old? Yes. But do I emotionally get tired? Most of the time, not. Wow. I think the times that is a little bit harder, but I still have to separate out, is people losing their babies. and their children.
Okay.
And I just have to really, really then get more focused of really holding my God place. And not because if I get triggered, then I'm making it about me.
Right. Wow.
This isn't about me.
Wow.
I got to be in my God place, detached, and hold the space for them.
Wow. What you're describing is like how I envision like the hollow bamboo. Or
Yes, yes.
The wall.
Yes, yes, yes.
A person that can be there for something more to flow through them.
Yes. Yeah.
Not making
it's
it
not
about
Nancy.
them. Not
Yeah.
Nancy.
And I think when that first came in really strong, kind of again when Master just this week was talking about being invisible, guilty Master, and I know you know that. And so one of the times was, again, in my Catholic church. So I was in, my childhood church, but then I left that, moved out at 18, and then I was with another church for about 30 years. And they were just wonderful, wonderful teachers. And that's not always true. Okay. And maybe they saw that. They saw me. And I taught a lot. I taught kindergarten. I taught junior high. I always laugh. Anyone who teaches religion to middle school, there's like a gateway right to heaven. Like anyone who does that, it doesn't even matter what you do, you just are going to heaven. I taught junior high, I taught confirmation. And this one day I was sitting before women were let into the sanctuary. But see, I was never in my ego about that. I could care less. That means nothing to me. But then the women were let in, and one of my Catholic priest friends come up to me one day, and he said, we would like you to read scripture and model women being in the sanctuary. And again, and help with communion, because women were not allowed to do that. And my first, again, just like today, Hamid, my first was, no! All my ego.
Yeah.
You're invisible. People are going to laugh at you. People are going to hate you. Blah, 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 blah. But no, my God part was, yes, you are called to do this.
Right.
And so then I didn't know how I was going to walk down the aisle holding this big, heavy book and start reading scripture. And so all that came in was, let my words be the words of the Holy Spirit. And so that's my ongoing daily mantra. And actually, people didn't like it. Plenty of women. I don't know about the men. But the women didn't like it. And giving communion, they would actually get out of my line to not receive Jesus from me.
Right.
It would go in the other line. So I wasn't making stuff up. That wasn't my stuff. That was actually facts. But I just had to hold it. That's their stuff. I'm detached. Father asked me to do this, to help. Maybe this is my merit, my debt.
Yeah.
Even though people aren't approving of me.
Right.
That'd be one example. I forgot about that.
That's amazing.
I've had a whole life, I mean. And I love it. I love it. I love all of it. I love all the stories. I brought it all in. I created it all. Each and every, including doing the podcast with you.
Yeah.
I created that for the challenge for my ego.
Wow. So when I say Master asked me to do this, so then maybe I ask myself to do this, but only Master.
Yes. Yes. For you. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. No, I always make these, I think it's a way of like coping out of it, dodging the responsibility, I'll say. Let's put it that way. It's a way of dodging the responsibility of actually that this is something I want to do for me. Right? Like this podcast is just one other avenue for me to quench myself. Right? Like today he was talking about the happiness and how everybody's always search for happiness is like as a relief.
Right.
And he removed the whole word happiness from his vocabulary. I feel I remember at some point, he said that a long time ago, and I think I kind of adopted it as well, that I wasn't looking for happiness anymore,
Right,
or
right,
what makes me happy,
right,
but
right.
more, I'm now focused on, will this quench me?
Yeah.
Will this give me an avenue where I can pour myself into it, and it'll fulfill the soul, it'll free whatever you want to say, dissolve. I want to be able to, like, when I get to your age one day and look back on my life and say, I didn't hold anything back. I didn't sell myself short, and I was able to
Right,
offer everything to all.
right, right.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely,
That's what even this podcast is about. Is like this creation
absolutely,
is about. Is so that I can just, at the end of the day, I've given it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, and like what he was saying with the invisible and then not being responsible. So I really had to look at that because I think I'm super responsible. Do you see each one? They're so tiny in there. But for just what you said is responsibility, even dealing with your ego.
Yeah. Yes.
People are going to
Yes.
laugh at me.
Yes.
Is that the responsibility of actually doing it? But for me, that responsibility can I just take the criticism? Is that?
Yeah. 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 And it's and coming back to the beast, like the responsibility of working with the beast. Feed the
Yes.
beast, take it out for a walk, do the
Yes.
thing, train it, whatever, contain it so it doesn't take you over. But that's a responsibility. Where
Absolutely.
the ego is also a responsibility.
Yes.
You got to take responsibility of the
Yes.
ego.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's being responsible for your beast.
Being responsible for your
People aren't going to like you.
Yeah.
The people are going to go to the next line because they hate you
Yes.
so much.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll let them. Oh well.
Detached, yeah, and
Yeah.
that's again that detach. So again, the more and more you can heal that, the more and more you can hold that. The more and more you can hold that. So it's really powerful. And then again, along the way, and everybody's path is different. The other thing
Yeah.
I like when Master says, and I forget again which guru, I get them all mixed up. The Pathless Path. I love that because mine is such a pathless path. Even
Right.
to say that for me, Catholicism was and is helpful. You know, you don't even say that in our society.
Right.
You'll be
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
for that.
Yeah. That's like the first person who's ever said it.
Or negated, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just here to say this is my path.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding that.
Yeah.
I've had mystical experiences in Catholic churches. I've had mystical experiences at the Hindu temple. I had mystical experiences on the mountains with Rabbi David Cooper. I was gone for I don't know how many hours, and when I came back, wherever I was, and there was one rabbi and this was totally in silence, and I didn't know these people. You didn't talk for 10 days. You didn't talk to anyone. I love it. And when I came to, there was this old rabbi back against the wall, just holding the space for me. Never talked about it, never talked about it to anybody. So I've had all these experiences on all these paths.
You've like hit like all the major religions.
I've hit all the major ones, and I've had incredible teachers and experiences. It all still keeps coming back to getting rid of the ego and being in the Godness. And there's all these different ways to do that. And I, ego, did not choose it. I did not go looking for different paths.
Right.
Just like Master, I did not go looking for Master.
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Wow.
Alondra, and then as soon as I saw Master, it was done.
Right.
And that was true with Sidi Muhammad Al Jamal in 05. I didn't know who he was. I was, again, desperate. It was a health situation. And I was desperate. I'm usually desperate. The ego is usually very desperate. And the next teacher comes.
Right.
Is really how it's been when I think about it. Yeah, it's out of really wounded, desperate challenges.
So what do you, how do I say this? And not to put you on the spot or anything, but just as like
No, go ahead. I'll answer what I'm comfortable with.
Would you say Master is your guru? And if so, I mean, I don't know what that doesn't even means. What is it? It's your guru. But like, what does the word guru mean for you? Or when you say Master, what does that actually mean for you? What I want to, part of the, I feel like with these podcasts and talking with the students is to find maybe not an essence, but like what their relationship with it is with him. So that somewhere along the way, maybe down the line, someone's looking back and says, here's a disciple, here's a master, here, and this is what it was like for them. I feel there's value in that where we haven't really seen that before in a lot of the scripture or a lot of the, nothing's left of that story, per se.
Right.
The human experience of being with the guru.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I think, again, first of all, there's so many words. I think just kind of on the surface is a teacher.
Yeah.
A teacher, a holder. Someone, again, that it's constantly bringing the unconscious conscious to be healed. And then, like I say, these are the words I don't understand or don't know how to say, but it's just who he is, what he carries.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. That's what I recognized immediately. So it really goes back to the field. Is when I think of Master and we do the ABC, he's the A. He's the A to me. He is that. And I am that. Part of me. Am I him? No. I got a smidgen of that. And we meet in the field. So for me, my guru, I have to meet in the field. Just like Sidi Muhammad Al-Jamal. Just like at that time, David Cooper. Just like at that time, Father Joe. We met in the field. It wasn't just what they said. I met them in their field and had these experiences. It wasn't me. Yeah. It was the field. So that for me is what the guru is. And then I think the disciple part, then we all get to choose, am I going to get out of bed? And am I going to stay up late? And am I going to eat the right food? Am I going to exercise? Am I going to, whatever all that is, back to Ganesh.
Yeah.
Taming the Beast.
Yeah.
And for me, maybe, and there also, which she doesn't talk about Hanuman, but Hanuman is really important to me. And that was, I had the first time I walked in that Hindu temple, I just had this incredible experience. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. And I didn't know what or who Hanuman was. I was Catholic. but I know I had this experience. It's what I know. And then later, I used to go again for many years. I went to an ashram, Hindu ashram, Swami Satchitananda in West Virginia, and sat with Ram Dass.
Oh, wow, Ram Dass.
For years. Oh, crush on Ram Dass. Oh. He had an experience with me. That's maybe for another time. Wow. So sat with him for several years. And it was on one after I had this experience with Hanuman and came home. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know Hanuman. And I can't see, it doesn't matter. One of his main CDs, I'm from the old days. And it was about Hanuman, and Hanuman is like representing this devotion right to his Father.
Oh.
Like Jesus Christ's devotion to his Father.
Right.
So really Hanuman and Christ is the same symbol.
Right.
And of course Christ is, you know, big for little Nancy and old Nancy. And so there's actually, I have in my truck, I actually have a stuffed monkey, really cute monkey, actually with a heart. And everyone makes fun of me, and I don't care. That's my Hanuman.
Yeah, because Hanuman
right
is like,
there.
there's the image of Hanuman is like he's opening his chest, and he's
yeah.
showing that like Rama and Sita are seated
Yeah.
in there in the heart. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's his devotion, his
his
love.
devotion.
Just like when you said that, see, there's pictures of Christ, the Sacred Heart of Christ. It's the same.
Right, right.
So for me, it's the same. So Hanuman, I don't have a stuffed of Jesus, but I do have a stuffed of Hanuman.
I don't think
And
they
this
make
has been
stuffed
years.
Jesus.
This is years.
Yeah.
But you see, so for me, it's this common denominator.
Yeah.
All these experiences on all these paths and tying them together. And then that's for me. And then how do I hold that with my clients doing their deeper work?
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, for Master, it wasn't a commitment. It wasn't a decision. It wasn't any, it was done.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, again, obviously I still struggle. I'm not there, with this life letting me out in the actual house and food.
Yes. The survival.
Right. So I think, again, you said something about, you know, was it sannyas? I'm not even saying it right.
Sannyas?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that means, you walk down the cul-de-sac with nothing.
Yeah.
And, and am I there? No. And and do I know that's all ego? Absolutely. Absolutely. I got plenty of work to do with that because I don't know how to do that piece yet. But do I know that's all my ego? Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. But I certainly can be a disciple. And I believe I am. I believe I've always been since I was a little girl.
Yes.
But it's more intense now. I do spend more time. But in my life, I can spend more time. I always talk to the younger people that their journey and whatever you're doing, and you and Heather, it's different. I have more free time. People with children and other things, that's actually their spiritual journey also.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's one of the basic tenets what Master always says is like, you don't leave this world.
Right.
You have a wife, you have kids, you have
Right.
whatever like that. You have to fulfill that obligation.
Right.
That's part of your
Right.
journey. Like, you
Right.
can't abandon that stuff.
Right.
And you do all this work can still be done
Right.
doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
has to be done. It has
Yeah.
to be done.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that makes me really happy because
Yes.
that's probably, but again, with that, I am, as I do all of that, I am certainly more in my godness and keep, again,
Yes.
check on my ego
Yes.
and working towards that of life letting me out.
Yes.
And so I know if I'm to sit with Master in this lifetime, that will happen. And it won't be an ego part of me.
Wow.
Something else, again, the godness, it'll happen through the godness. As long as I keep taming my beast. You know, there's a good one with St. Augustine is you work your hardest, you pay your debts, merit, you just do everything, you live rightly, everything Master teaches us. You do all your part, then you hand it to God.
Yes. Which is very similar to the karma yoga as well. Isn't that Krishna? He says, do everything 100% and then leave the results to me. I will take care of the rest.
Yes, that's it.
Yes. Very wow.
But how powerful, and maybe people coming on, I just love when he says the pathless path. Because nobody needs to be on my path.
No.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Nobody needs my challenges. Nobody needs my path.
Yeah.
You have your path, I have my
Exactly.
path. I can share my path, and if it's helpful, and you share your path, because see, it can awaken in us. It can
And
awaken,
we each walk our paths alone, but
and we're alone.
and we're schlucking it together though.
And we're sleeping together. That alone thing, obviously, that's huge.
Yeah.
And again, even when you just said that, the little girl's on the rock by herself with the
Yeah.
angels. And but again, even with my own clients, again, their ego part, if I change this, I won't have any friends. I won't have family. And that's again ego, and we understand that.
Right.
And then I always use this one because obviously I've worked a lot with birth. I've been many kinds of nurses, but a labor and delivery nurse. And I've sat with a few people passing over. And so I said, we all came in alone naked and got tagged. And we all go out alone naked and get tagged. So we better figure out this aloneness. But if you're with your Godness, you're not alone.
Right. Wow. Whoa. Alone and not all alone could be,
It's
wow.
being with your Godness.
Yeah, be with your Godness.
So I don't feel alone
Yeah.
in that sense of the world. In that sense of the world. I don't feel alone. I don't feel alone. All I have to do is, so then I'll kind of, again, depending on who it is and where they're at when they start their alone thing. And I said, well, you're just telling me you're not connected to your God part, so do you want to work on that? That takes care of it for a week. And then I tell them, again, if they're Catholic, you go sit in devotion.
Yeah.
Say the rosary. How do you need to remind yourself you're in your Godness? Well, again, for me, it's all of those things.
Yeah.
And master.
Right. Because that was going to be my next question. What is it for you? How do you keep yourself there? But you just answered that.
Yeah, so it's all of those things. Again, it's my own discipline, sitting with master, going through the classes with you and everybody. I mean, that was really powerful, of course. But probably the main thing is master's energy. And I still, though, for me, still is the rosary for Mother Mary, which again might be a part of Amen, right? Another mother.
Yeah, another mother. Yeah, Amen.
Just again, my prayers and devotions, meditation, actually sitting, but then holding that meditation. I have to hold that.
Yeah.
When I go to the grocery store,
Right.
when I wash the clothes, when I talk to Hamid, when I'm listening to my clients. So it's a constant back and forth battle.
Right.
Okay, I slipped in my ego. I just had that thought about that person. I had that judgment. Okay, got to get back. So it's a constant moving back and forth between the ego and then the God part, and just keep recognizing. And that's the biggest piece. How much, again, and I'm not silly, is unconscious. I'm always kind of afraid when the next when the next big one comes.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. Oh, that reminds me of when the disciplines that how what was it? There was like, how will you fail, right? It was like, how will you fail? Is because somewhere along the way the unconscious can, and at any moment something massively unconscious can come in, and it only becomes a failure if you don't learn from it, if you don't grow from it, if you don't accept it, whatever, transform out of it. Right.
Like, absolutely.
Take that unconscious, make it conscious. Okay, now you can work with it. Now you take responsibility for it. Now you work on it.
Absolutely. And that's everything that we do.
Yeah.
Everything we do. Why are we doing what we're doing? Just like what we talked. Nancy, why are you doing this podcast? I don't know. My God part says debt, merit, honor Godness, honor Master, honor Hamid. See, just slow, like it's like slowing down. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then that overrode all of my ego.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear from you. You're going to say stupid stuff. blah, 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 blah. Just shut up, go in the dark room. So it's like, you be quiet. That's not me. Nothing to do with me. Actually, it's pretty funny. Like, that's on you. You did that to this angel little girl.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go over here in my godness and start laughing that we're doing a podcast.
I remember I can't remember which discipline it was. We were talking about holding the ritual. Holding the ritual. And someone said, Nancy is someone that they see is someone who holds the ritual. And that stuck with me, because I have noted, I see you online every morning and I see you online every night. And from speaking with you, you have that. How you hold yourself is just it's incredible to have that kind of discipline.
Thank you.
For some of us who are younger and struggle a bit more. We're not there yet. I have lots of bad thoughts about people. This isn't a confession, though.
Confession.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, I think it's an honor for me to be able to sit with you and to have this conversation with you, to do this podcast with you.
Thank you.
I feel honored for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One thing again about ritual is doing the same thing over and over. And it's just, again, training the beast. And again, for me, of course, it started in Catholicism, and at chunks of my life, it was Mass every day. So really had that really built in, the rosary really built in, ritual. And, I still, of course, have to work out and put my ego aside. Why I always wear my shawl is when, and I don't even know at what level, right? When you guys did the shawl ceremony.
That was the 6 Rites program.
Was it?
Like, yes.
Right?
Initially, I think it's like day 2 of the 6 Rites program.
Yeah, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I quick grabbed that one, because my other ones are heavy. My Sufi stuff is heavier, whatever. And so for me, so you're talking about somatic and Gregory. I know Gregory is just such a delight. I'd like to know him. But the somatic piece, using that in rituals, is that helps the beast sit. This is what we're doing now.
Yes.
Okay, so these beads were given to me by, with the first initiation was Sidi Muhammad Al-Jamal. And it's a ritual.
Yeah.
And it's not like the thing necessarily,
Yeah.
but it's the ritual. This is what we're doing now.
Right.
We're sitting now.
Yeah.
You have your shawl on. You have your beads. Just got done with all my clients. I quick did accounting. I quick took a shower. I got a master's coming on. I'll get the shower.
Sit.
So that's ritual, making it a ritual. So even when I go to Mass, I have my Sufi beads. And only one person since '05 will say has had the guts to ask me what they are, because it's clearly not the rosary. And how you do beads are totally different than how you do the rosary. Okay. And it was great. I just get a kick out of that. I just have too much fun. But one person was brave enough to ask me, which was fine. Again, neither praise nor criticism, attention, or being ignored makes any difference to me.
Wow.
But so for me, and every now and then, it's been rare. Not too long ago, I was rushing to Mass for whatever reason, and I forgot my beads. I keep a different set of beads, actually. My Sufi master teaching beads in my truck. I pull those down, and one day I forgot at Mass, and I just thought I was going to come undone. The beast was really uncomfortable.
Wow.
The beast was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, Nancy, stop it. Just sharing. So does that help with ritual? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
To build a ritual. That's
sure.
why he does that.
Yeah.
Of course, now we love it that it's lavender purple.
Looking like a wow. Purple.
But it's not for that. It literally is to tame my beast and tell my beast that this is what we're doing now. Sit. Just like a dog. You train many dogs. Sit. Stay.
And then do you give a reward to your beast afterwards? Is there, because sometimes he says you have to feed the beast.
After the night for me, which is opposite for Master, the reward is to fall into bed.
Okay. A good night's sleep.
The reward is just sitting with Master.
Wow.
Being more in his field.
Wow.
Like, for me, it's something, keeps switching. Something has switched in this last piece. Pardon the puns, that it's easier and I crave it more.
Wow.
It's not, I don't even have to tame the beast anymore.
Right. It follows you.
Yeah, it's just there. Just like this morning, it was so funny that he was talking about just being happy for no reason.
Yeah. Because
again, my ego was really wondering about this, but I was laughing before he came online. I was looking at these notes like, oh, this is a mess. Like, I just thought it was funny, and I just felt joy and peace and whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was great. I think the last thing that I'd like to say that, and different people have said this in different ways, but kind of my new way that I came up with it is, again, connecting with that more, is I'm the salt, the drop, and the wave of the ocean.
The salt?
The salt.
Of the ocean.
The drop.
The trap.
The wave of the ocean. So we're the salt or the drop or the wave of the ocean. Yes. We're merging.
Yes.
Again, back to Rumi, right?
Yeah.
Beyond the ego is the field, and the field is the Godness. And just think, just the salt. That's just like nothing. Or the drop's a little bit bigger, and the wave's a little bit bigger.
I'm going to send you a poem by Master that he wrote later.
That'd be great.
Dissolving Salt in the Sea. That's what he calls it. I'm going to send
Who knew?
Yeah.
You see, there's some interesting things with Master.
And you.
So I can never, seriously, I can't wait to sit with him next. And you just never know what Master's going to do or say.
Yes.
And I'm just like there.
Yeah. It's what he said it today. He's like, you can trust me, but I'm the one that you can't trust at all.
I know. That was
like,
perfect.
It's like, that's right, Master.
That's absolutely perfect. That's perfect to me.
Yeah.
This was lovely.
This was
lovely.
I had a great
This
time.
was really
Thank
fun.
you.
Thank you. This was just meant to be. This was just way too much fun. Way too much fun. Felt very much like this is what I do all day long with my people.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah. Like, this is me. This is how I'm with my clients. This is how I'm with my grandkids, how I'm with my kids. And again, people can take it or leave it. This is just it.
I think a lot more people will take it rather than I'm willing to put bets on that.
So when are you going to sit with Master?
August 6th I fly out.
Okay.
So not far away.
Okay.
And I've been, as we've been sitting and talking, and my wish has been that you get to go sit with Master as well in the fall.
I'm gonna start crying now. Yeah. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. You're gonna make me cry too.
We can edit this part.
No, this one, I'm keeping this in.
You can show it to Master.
I'll show it to Master.
But Master already knows.
Yes, he knows. Yeah.
So thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Just beautiful. Thank you. Okay.
Thank
You have an amazing time if I don't get to talk to you in person.
Thank you.
Dissolving salt in the sea. For what I do with thee is nothing but dissolving salt in the sea. For the very salt is you and me, and in it is hidden the sea. When you can see this, you will know that all actions is an action of dissolving salt in the sea. And all that will always be is the sea in which the salt must be. Aham Brahmasmi.